I'm super excited to introduce my guest for a manifesting breakthrough. It's always amazing to me how our paths cross. And as I was prepping for Kiri, as in Siri, I was like so excited to talk to her. So I think you're really going to love this breakthrough session because this is someone who has manifested a lot. She has changed physical reality, and yet her big intention, it has escaped her at this point. Yeah. And it's about having a wait list of clients. Wouldn't we all want that, yeah, to be booked solid? So welcome, Kiri Mohan, right?
Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm happy to be here as well. I've been listening to your podcast probably on and off for about a year. So I finally got up the guts to try to take my manifesting more seriously. I mean, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about my background, and you would think of course I take it seriously, but I find through waves where if I really want something, I'll go all out and I will manifest it and it goes in. But I need to figure out how to do it for more little things and not just these big things in my life. So anyway, I found your podcast while I was looking for manifesting podcasts about a year ago.
Very cool. And you've got a podcast, Freelance to Freedom. So we might be having two conversations. I think this is too juicy. All right. So the way it will go is I'm going to clarify that's your intention. And then I'll walk you through a little guided meditation if you feel comfortable closing your eyes. Yeah. And then I'm going to bring you out into the future. That's not unusual with manifesting. And we're going to identify the biggest block. And Kiri, I'm really intuitive. So sometimes, when we close our eyes, I can tune in and sense something. Is that okay if I share it with you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to.
Great. And then as we start to wrap up, I'm definitely going to want to find out, I want to share how people can get in touch with you. If you've got a freebie, that would be great. Mm-hmm. And obviously your podcast, I'm looking forward to listening to that. And we'll go through the 5 phases of manifesting and identify where you might be tripping yourself up and how to move into the next phase. Okay. So hopefully we can get that all done in 25 minutes. This is ambitious. All right. So when you're ready, just close your eyes, gently kind of arrive into the present moment. Notice your spine straight, your feet flat on the floor. And take a deep breath in of peace and calming energy. And exhale out the earlier part of your day. In your mind's eye, go to one of your favorite nature spots. Maybe you're at the ocean or the mountains surrounded by majestic trees. Or you're the desert or somewhere else. It's your go-to place for relaxing and recharging. Now start to see yourself there. Maybe you become aware of sounds in your environment, what you're hearing. What are you seeing? What's around you? What are you feeling in your body? And it's okay if some of it's a blank. That's absolutely all right. Now imagine in your mind's eye, you could actually go there to your relaxing nature spot and take a deep breath in of that high quality air. And exhale out the earlier part of our conversation and any free floating thoughts. Let it go. Very good. Notice your feet flat on the floor and imagine out of the bottom of your feet, you have your own unique grounding roots. Like a tree's roots, these nourish, strengthen, and stabilize you. Imagine you could follow those roots all the way to the center of the earth, and you see a circle of light. Imagine planting your roots in that circle of light, grounding you, centering you, signifying you are there. Allow any tension, any resistance, anything blocking the love and the light and the power of who you truly are, allow it to move out of your body, all the way down your feet, out your feet into the center of the earth, and allowing all that tension, seen and unseen, felt and unfelt, to flow out your feet into the soil of the earth below. You might feel a bit of tingling in the bottom of your feet as resistance leaves you. Very good. Bring your awareness to your heart. And I'm going to ask a question, Kiri, and just assume you'll get an answer in the form of a visual or kind of a photograph, memory, or feelings in your body, or it could be a blank. Whatever it is fine. You don't have to tell me what comes up. So focusing on your heart, and I'll ask the question, please show Kiri a memory where she felt relaxed, fulfilled, peaceful, satisfied, maybe even loved. This feeling of aligned. And just give me a little smile or raise your hand when you see or sense something. Beautiful, thank you. Focusing on that moment in time, Kiri, ask true self, my true self or higher self, the part of me that keeps me in integrity, were you present in that moment?
Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So keep your eyes closed because we've got the recording, and I'm going to make some notes as I guide you through this process. All right. So as I prepped for our call, that you have a lot of manifesting and intention, achieving success, and you've had great successes, like with your second pregnancy, about to start IVF in 2 months. And you've been trying for over 3 years to have a second child. And it happened. Amazing. And also manifesting your first business, quitting your job courageously, embodying the mindset of a business owner before you even got clients. And now, as you embody your work, you've got a podcast, you're working with thrilling clients. And it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes there's a lot and sometimes there not. And you would like to manifest a consistent flow of clients, even to the point of a waiting list. So you can choose the most ideal aligned clients for you. So I'm going to ask you some questions that will help me ferret out what might be in the way of this constant flow. What I'm seeing is this like tap, like it's a faucet in this country that's turned on, and then sometimes it's slowed down to a trickle, and sometimes it's off. And there seems to be a part of you that's in your unconscious, your body even, that slows it down to a more manageable flow. A part of you says that, don't know if I can handle that many more clients at this time. Does that resonate at all?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the area I'd like to focus on. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, so give me a moment. I'm going to tune in. Just a minute. All right, so I'd like you to focus on your heart again. I'm going to ask a question. Sometimes people are really tuned into their body and they're really intuitive, can get the answer, and sometimes they don't, but I'm going to give it a try. Focusing on your heart. And hold on, I need to get into I'm empathic and I get into your energy field. I need to step away from this screen to identify the question. Just a minute. I'll be right back. Just a few seconds. Okay, I got the question. Thank you. All right, focusing on your heart. Please take Kiri back to a time where she got triggered into survival mode. You don't have to tell me what it is, but she got into survival mode. Could be financially, could be materially, could be physical body, could be relationship challenge. Tell me if you're seeing or sensing something.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kiri. Wonderful. All right. So know that I'm going to get you out of it. We're not going to stay there. Okay. So I'd like you to, you don't have to give me the details, but just to articulate what would be the label that you put on that survival mode? What would you title it?
Insecurity.
Okay. Insecurity. Okay. And how long ago was it?
This instance was 2.5 years ago.
Thank you. Okay. And I'd like you to become aware of your body. Are you feeling it anywhere in your body?
Yeah, my chest.
Very good. Very good. Okay. And as you focus on your chest, can you give me a sense? Is there a size to it or a color or a temperature? It's okay if there's not, but just let me know.
It's feels like wings folding in. Like imagine a eagle's wings, feather wings folding in into my chest. But it also actually is hitting my shoulders too, which I didn't realize. But like it feels like kind of like hunching and caving in.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I get very good visual. Okay. All right. So I'd like you to focus again on your heart. Now I'm going to ask a question, and we're going to ask your true self. True self, is Kiri in a position where she can unfold those eagle wings? Is she safe and secure at this moment in her life to let those unfold? And it's okay if not, because it's a process, Kiri.
I feel some hesitation.
Absolutely. I would have questioned if you got an instant yes. So thank you for that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much to yourself for giving her truth and helping her. Because the last thing we want to do is expand and trigger and activate the survival again. We don't want to live like that. It's like an allergic reaction. It just gets stronger. All right. Thank you so much, true self. Focusing on your heart again, and ask your true self, what's a baby step you could take to start to unfurl those wings?
I think for me, it's, I don't know how much I can say, but it's being grateful instead of resistant to a certain aspect of my relationship.
Okay.
Marriage.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It's really common when, females have a business and they have a feedback loop with their spouse, their partner. And that feedback loop can start to trickle into our successful feelings in our work. And it can start to, I've lived it, build just not so secure platform. We start to doubt ourselves, question ourselves. Not saying that that's going on for you, but I've lived it because females are so sensitive. We have that primary feedback loop with our closest intimate partner. Okay. Did any of that resonate?
A little.
Okay.
Doesn't all apply to me,
okay,
but some of it.
Cool. All right. So focusing on that baby step, where is an area where you're noticing resistance in certain aspects of your relationship? You don't have to tell me where it is, but just focus on one where maybe your biggest one, where you get most resistant. I just don't like that. Wish that didn't happen. Tell me when you've got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So focusing on your heart again, ask true self, is Kiri ready to soften the resistance around that? It's okay if not. Is she ready to?
It's a hesitant yes.
Okay.
Again, a little bit of like, yes, it hasn't served me well.
Very good.
Up to this point. So, but I feel like my self-defense mechanisms and my pride is so like high and strong that to bring it down, to unfurl and meet less resistance, it's hard. It's hard.
All right. Thank you for that. Very clear. You've got great dialogue with your body, your true self. All right. So, true self, is there another area of where just resistance that we could more gently move into appreciation? Maybe we'll work on that in another time, this other one. Is there another one we could start to soften the edges and move into appreciation?
Yes.
Okay, pick that one, please, Kiri. I can feel the strength in your voice. Good job. I can feel it. Okay. Okay, so I'd like you to imagine in the future an event happening that normally would trigger resistance and just, I'm so tired of this. Don't want this. And I'd like you to create what I would call a future memory of you moving into maybe a little surrender, a little acceptance. Grateful is a bit of a stretch here. Acceptance, surrender. Tell me if you can start to picture that.
The acceptance, I can.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So we're going to anchor that acceptance. So imagine yourself responding from acceptance. Maybe saying something to yourself, or to, if there's a person involved, articulating that acceptance. Most importantly, to yourself. Maybe something it is as it is. I'm choosing to let this go now. Whatever it is, tell me when you can get it to a 10 in desirability. Like, wow, I'd love to be able to get to that point. And a 1 is not at all. 10 in fulfillment and desirability. Where is it now?
It's an 8. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done. All right. So focusing on your heart again, ask your true self to make you consciously aware of what's missing in that future memory we're creating that would quickly bring it from an 8 to a 10, or maybe something that needs to be taken away. And tune that up for me, please, Kiri.
Yeah, I got it.
Beautiful. So now please rate it. On a 1 to 10 scale, where are you now?
I would say this is 9 or 10. This
lovely
way of phrasing, and yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, let's do one more pass. We do not want to anchor anything that's not a true 10 for you. Focusing on that and that refinement. Focus on your heart and thank your true self. Say, true self, it's close. It's a 9 or a 10. Can you help me make it a solid 10? What needs to change about it, or let go, or add?
All right, I got it.
Beautiful. Imagine you can surround it with an imaginary, brilliant ball of white light, your future memory, that intention that's going to move you from resistance to acceptance. Surround it with a ball of white light and place it in your heart. You can put your hands there if you like. I like that. And I'd like you to breathe it in, and I'm going to give the request. This is an example of how Kiri would like to respond when triggered with those situations. Please make that happen and unfold in ways that are for the highest good of her and all involved. And just breathe that in and out of your body. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. How are you feeling? Yeah?
Good. That was good. It's interesting though, because like the one I picked is such a small part of something so much larger, right? Like I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is going to get me a waiting list of clients, but it's going to create mini baby steps to get me to a place where I'm more confident.
Yeah, brilliant, Kiri. Because that's one of the things is, and you know, as coaches, we've been trained and can do this with clients, is to reach for the really big thing, the thing that can feel impossible. And while that's great, it can be inspiring, but our unconscious mind, we think about our body as a storehouse, it knows the gap. It knows the gap, and it knows what is going to take to get there. And so it just like, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so what I really like doing those baby steps, which is why in my book, The Mindful Achiever, it goes into that very much. And it goes into creating what's called basic achiever objectives. Basic sounds so terrible, but once we get the basics, the foundation in place, well, we've got something to stand on, the foundation is good. Yeah. All right. Wonderful. So I'd like to go through, I'm going to look a little bit more into your questionnaire here and see if there's anything else that I could add before we talked through briefly the 5 phases. Okay. Yeah. Your answer to, if you were to guess why you haven't manifested your intention. Hold on. Alexa's reminding me. Mental note, don't put that on when you're recording a podcast, Aryana. Okay, is that this came from your head. This is interesting. If you were to guess why you haven't manifested your intention, what might be getting in the way? And this was a great guess, which I like guessing, but it came from your head. Lack of focus and clarity. Not saying that that's not true, but when we went deeper, we were able to get like a little nugget, So, yeah. Well done. All right. So I'm going to talk briefly about the 5 phases of manifesting. First one is make space for your goal and focus your efforts. I think there's no question that you've been able to do that. So instead of a haphazard approach leading to frustration, you've got this intentionality, this clarity. When you've got that alignment, that congruence, you can move mountains, my dear. I can feel it. Yep. And then the second phase is recognizing the blockers. And this is where the resistance within our field. And sometimes, we're in that phase, we can feel frustrated, sometimes like nearly ready to give up, but you see some results. So it keeps you going down the same path, right? Versus like, oh, wait a minute, I got to switch gears here, got to change. And then this phase is, to me, one of the most important ones is recognizing the blockers and resolving them, clearing them, which is why I love that part of this work of manifesting so much, because it up-levels all areas of our life when we clear a block. And then the third phase is manifestation momentum shift. This is like you feel you've turned the corner, you've got some momentum, you're not working as hard. It seems like things are happening like on autopilot without the usual effort. And the success in this phase is trusting the process and clearing the blocks as they come up. So we're aware when we've got that shift out of alignment and clearing them. Fourth phase is realization of your intention. It feels like you've crossed the finish line. You could take a deep breath, and manifesting has become a natural part of your life, which people call synchronistic moments, regularly, normal daily flow. You see the results from your consistency with your practice. You've got a regular manifesting practice that you're applying. You're seeing results. And you're starting to set those more near impossible objectives, as I call them. And then the fifth one is it's on autopilot. Your big ones start to happen and you're trusting the process and you're finding, make a right here, turn here, a left, stop, don't do anything. Right. It's a time of shedding and really aligned tuning in. And of those that I've described, where would you say you are kind of majority of the time?
Between 2 and 3, I would say.
Yep. I got that too. Yep. Because you can recognize the blocks, and at times you're successful in moving through the energy and keeping your mind focused on the clues along the way. That's a great success to move from 2 to 3. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So I want to give you time to do your shout out. How can people find you? Where would you like them to get access to you?
Sure. I am a coach who helps people quit their corporate job and take their skills and learn how to be a consultant or freelancer. And you can find me at kirimohan.com. That's KIRIMOHAN.com. And you can also listen to my podcast, which is Freelance to Freedom. And you'll be able to get lots of bite-sized coaching lessons, almost like what you do with your podcast. A lot of it's solo. Sometimes I do interviews, but a lot of it is solo, and just bite-sized lessons on how to scale and grow your business online so that you can work less and make more.
Such an important subject. I've got one of my best friends is a corporate executive coach, and there's a lot of burnout there. And they do it because the money and golden handcuffs. So you're doing really beautiful work, Kiri. Thank you for that. So do you have a freebie that someone might be able to get to go to your website? Tell them about that, and then we'll wrap up.
So come on by my website and you can find the 14-day sprint to starting your business. It helps you kind of narrow down what you want your idea to be, what services you want to market, and then how to really take that online in 14 steps or 14 days if you prefer 14 days.
Ooh, I like it. That's a great one. I like the steps. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kiri, for requesting a manifesting breakthrough. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so fun.
Oh, no, I like that too. I like the vision I have right now.
I'm going to schedule a follow-up with you, and it'll be offline, just because I think there's really rich things that you've uncovered, and just want to see how everything settles. And
let's do it.
All right. So I will close the podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. If you resonate and you want to request a manifesting breakthrough, I will put the link in the show notes, as well as a way to reach out to Kiri. And as we close, remember, as you confirm yourself, you chart your own path to success. So much love. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.